In 1983, a satellite photo of Niger showed one of the largest man-made environmental disasters on Earth. 50 years of colonial land clearing had stripped 7.7 million hectares of native tree cover. The Sahara was moving south at measurable speed. Villages were being buried. Children were starving. The United Nations called it irreversible. They were wrong. Using hand tools and a method so simple that aid groups initially refused to fund it, Niger's farmers reversed that trajectory. Today, 900,000 hectares once classified as dead desert produce food. 500,000 people eat because of it. It cost almost nothing. It took 20 years. Tony Rinaudo arrived in Niger in 1983 as a young Australian missionary and agricultural worker. He drove through landscapes so degraded they looked geological rather than biological: bare red sand, scattered stumps, horizons with no vertical structure. The standard development response was tree planting. Aid organizations shipped in saplings. Farmers planted them. The saplings died in the heat within weeks. Rinaudo watched the tree planting programs fail repeatedly over several years. He was ready to leave Niger entirely when something stopped him. Driving across a seemingly bare field, he noticed small green shoots pushing through the sand around the base of what looked like dead stumps. He stopped the truck and dug. Beneath the surface, the root systems of native trees, cleared decades earlier, were still alive. The Sahel's native species don't die when their above-ground growth is removed. Their root networks persist underground, dormant, waiting for conditions that allow regrowth. Niger's farmers hadn't lost their trees. They'd been cutting the regrowth every season without understanding what it was. Rinaudo began working with farmers to protect rather than remove those shoots. Instead of clearing young growth as agricultural waste, farmers selected the strongest shoots on each stump, pruned competing growth, and protected the emerging trees from grazing animals and cutting. The technique required no nurseries, no imported seeds, no irrigation, and no external funding. It required farmers to stop doing something they had been doing, clearing the regrowth, and start doing something different. The World Resources Institute, which later documented the program extensively, named it Farmer-Managed Natural Regeneration, FMNR. In 2022, Tony Rinaudo received the World Food Prize, considered the Nobel Prize of Food and Agriculture, for what those two words eventually produced across Niger. The scale of what FMNR produced in Niger is documented precisely enough to state, without qualification. Chris Rage, the Dutch land restoration researcher who had been working in the Sahel since the 1980s, commissioned satellite analysis of Niger's vegetation change between 1975 and 2005. The results, published in 2009 and widely covered in subsequent years, showed something that initially seemed like a data error. More than 5 million hectares of degraded Niger farmland showed measurable increase in tree cover over that 30-year period. Not in protected reserves. Not in government reforestation zones. On private farmland, managed by individual farmers who had adopted FMNR without central coordination or external funding. Rage estimated that Niger's farmers had regenerated approximately 200 million trees across that area. 200 million trees, using no budget line from any development organization. Before going further, hit subscribe if this kind of content matters to you. Real transformation stories, specific documented data, approaches that work at scale without massive infrastructure. More is coming, and it's worth staying for. The food security impact was documented by the International Crops Research Institute for the Semi-Arid Tropics, ICRISAT. Their field measurements across regenerated zones showed grain yields increasing by 60 to 80% on FMNR-managed farmland compared to unmanaged adjacent plots in the same rainfall year. The trees weren't competing with crops. They were feeding them. Native Sahel species, particularly Faidherbia albida, a nitrogen-fixing tree that drops its leaves during the growing season and leaves out during the dry season, were depositing nitrogen directly into the soil beneath their canopy. Crops planted under that canopy outperformed crops planted in open fields without tree cover. The tree was a fertilizer factory running for free, and farmers had been cutting it down for 50 years thinking it was a weed. Here's the complete mechanism. Broken down simply, every piece of cleared agricultural land in the Sahel and many degraded zones across sub-Saharan Africa contains living root systems below the surface. Native trees in these regions evolved for exactly the conditions they face: extreme heat, multi-month drought, thin soil, intense grazing pressure. Their survival strategy is below-ground persistence. When above-ground growth is removed, by clearing, fire, or grazing, the root network doesn't die. It reduces activity, conserves energy, and waits. When pressure is removed, it pushes new shoots upward within one growing season. FMNR captures that recovery by managing what emerges rather than removing it. A farmer identifies living stumps in their field. From each stump, they select the 2 or 3 strongest new shoots and protect them. Competing shoots are pruned. Grazing animals are excluded from the protected zone during the establishment period. The selected shoots grow rapidly, drawing on a mature root system rather than starting from seed, reaching productive size in 3 to 5 years rather than the 10 to 15 years a newly planted tree requires. Faidherbia albida, the primary species that transformed Niger's productivity data, fixes between 50 and 90 kilograms of atmospheric nitrogen per hectare annually. In a region where chemical fertilizer costs represent one of the largest barriers to smallholder production, a tree fixing free nitrogen beneath crop rows changes the entire input equation. International Fertilizer Development Center measurements from FMNR zones in Niger's Maradi and Zinder regions documented soil nitrogen levels 40 to 60% higher under Faidherbia canopy than in open fields without tree cover, with no applied fertilizer. The tree replaced the fertilizer bag, at zero cost, running indefinitely. Niger's FMNR success created a replication question that development organizations have spent the last 15 years attempting to answer. If Niger's farmers regenerated 200 million trees and 5 million hectares without external coordination, what happens when you apply coordination, funding, and policy support to the same approach? The Great Green Wall Initiative, an African Union program launched in 2007 aiming to restore 100 million hectares across the Sahel by 2030, adopted FMNR as one of its primary implementation mechanisms after Niger's data, made the case that top-down tree planting programs consistently underperformed farmer-led natural regeneration at both cost and survival rate. World Resources Institute analysis published in 2020 showed that FMNR-based restoration in the Sahel achieved survival rates of 80 to 90% for regenerated trees, compared to 30 to 50% survival rates for conventionally planted nursery stock under similar conditions. The cost difference was even more stark. FMNR implementation costs in documented Sahel programs ran between 30 and 90 per hectare. Conventional tree planting in the same regions ran between 400 and 1,500 per hectare. For American landowners watching degraded pasture, recovering from overgrazing, or managing land with a history of clearing, the FMNR principle translates directly. Native woody species that were present before clearing are almost certainly still present as root systems below the surface. Cedars in the Texas Hill Country, mesquite across the southern plains, native oaks across the southeast. These aren't invasives to remove. They are the original biological infrastructure of the land, and their root systems are waiting below the surface for the clearing pressure to stop. The question isn't whether your land can recover. Niger answered that. The question is whether you'll recognize the recovery when it starts pushing through the surface or cut it back down again. Niger's farmers didn't import seeds, hire engineers, or wait for government programs. They stopped doing one thing, cutting the regrowth, and 200 million trees came back in 20 years. The root systems were there the whole time. Yours probably are too. Subscribe. More is coming.